I guess I'll just call it Max White Presents.
Max White, everyone.
Was it that sense of higher purpose that you were talking about earlier when you were younger? Like
Yeah,
you just wanted to steer
at
clear?
the time I was still close to them. No, no.
Yeah, you what? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, for sure. But at that time, did you know you wanted to separate? You just wanted to stay away from them. You didn't want to get into that life. Didn't want to.
I wanted to be like, at the time, I wanted to be down. I wanted to be cool, and they were like the most popular kids in the school, so
Yeah.
I wanted to be a part of that. But I didn't want to be a part of like something that I thought was stupid, you know. So I didn't, you know, like I felt, yeah, like you said, I always felt like I had a higher purpose. Like one time, it was like a group of us. It was 5 of us, and I never smoked weed, but they did. So they wanted to go to this building to smoke and stuff. So we went all the way. It was a random building. We went to the top floor, and this older woman was like, "Why are you smoking weed in the staircase? Like, I'm calling the police." So there was a window there that you could see outside the building. So the police pulled up, and those friends, no, it was like 6 of us. All of those friends just scattered everywhere. They just ran straight down the stairs. And I thought, like, if the police came to the front of the building, why would they run downstairs? So I was like pacing back and forth on the 6th floor, like, where do I go? Where do I go? So I saw this older woman coming out of her apartment, and I wanted to act like she was my grandma. So I asked her, I was like, "Por favor, señora, mi amigos están fumando. Like, my friends are smoking, and I swear I'm not part of it. Can we please leave and act like you're my grandma?" She was like, "Of course, vamos, let's go." Yes. So I go downstairs, and my friends are like arrested, all of them. Or I don't know if they were arrested. I think they were just detained against the wall, yeah, with the police. And I'm walking, I'm like, okay, abuela, like, so we walk out, and I look at them, and they all catch eye contact with me, and I'm like, I hope they don't snitch, but they didn't say anything, and I just walked past and left, and I was like, wow, I'm super lucky for that.
Max White, everyone.
Around that time, my grandma's husband, like, he hated the smell of oil paint. Like, I don't know how he had this super strong nose, but he could smell. My room was away from his, and the door was closed, and I would put the towel underneath the door, and somehow every time I opened my paint box, he could smell it within 5 seconds, and he hated it. He hated it so much, it would drive him crazy. He'd be like, get him out of here. Like, I hate the smell. Like, you can't paint in this house. He was so mad about it. So I couldn't paint it there anymore. Like, I just couldn't. He was just like, "I'm sorry, you can't paint here anymore." So I was like, all right. So I got on Craigslist. I'm like, I'm going to find the cheapest place that I could paint. I don't care where it's at. So one of the cheapest ones I found was this place in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And, you know, I grew up in the Bronx, in Mott Haven. So I felt like I could go through any neighborhood. I could go anywhere. I always felt like I could go anywhere, and like, I'm fine. So I'm like, I never heard of Crown Heights. I'm like, but I'll go. It's just a space. I'm going to be in my room. So I go meet the guy. This room was a room in his home, in his whole family home. So I'm like amongst, like, you know, all his family life and stuff. The room was tiny, but I didn't care. It's like, as long as I couldn't have my easel and my bed. I had a twin size mattress that I couldn't have them both open at the same time. So whenever I had my easel open, I would put my mattress up against the wall. So I needed to get that commission done. So I was like, the commission's going to take me like a month. So that's $400. I get the $1,600 that I could keep. So
I guess I'll just call it Max White Presents.
Max White,